target acquired. Heat level critical. Override shutdown. Warning incoming missile. New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Forces at 75%.
There's one. An override we trust.
Reactor online.
Blue.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Any comms?
Override engage.
There's an Atlas that's going to be moving down the end of the line, just up and over that ramp. Follow me.
Copy. And predictably, they'll walk back towards the box line. Echo 4 high, we got a contact.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Activated.
Box line looks clear for the moment.
Target spotted.
Don't forget to lock targets.
New target acquired.
And we have the circle temporarily. Echo 4 high, we got a...
New target acquired. Heat level critical. New target acquired. Heat level critical. Override shutdown. Warning incoming missile. New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Forces at 75%.
There's one.
Target acquired.
Solid hits on Lima.
New target acquired. Target acquired. New target acquired. Level critical.
We're half down. Don't let the hostiles
We can turn this around, guys.
Incoming missile.
Looks like only half of the enemies remain.
New target acquired. Warrior incoming missile. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Nice kill. Shadowcat's down low right next to him.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
The jaws of defeat are closing in around us.
Major torso critical damage. Torso destroyed.
Better to kill you than to have them get the kill. Nobody kills me better than me.
Warrior, respond. This is Clan Command. Respond.
Great match, everybody. Great job. Sometimes you're the boot, sometimes you're the ant. Comms weren't there, but it was a good match otherwise. And I don't mind getting a suicide because that means that they didn't get the kill. How'd we do? No surprise there. I had the highest damage on my team. Nice job on that Crusader. What's wrong with my mouse? Nice job. 1087. I never even saw the Crusader 3R. I don't think I... And this is kind of an unlikely build that you wouldn't think would do really well, but it actually does really well because of the cooldown period. Cooldown time is your friend, and it works exceptionally well on this build. Let me show you what I'm talking about. By the way, what do you think of this snazzy paint job? I really dig this. The Buccaneers, by far and away, my favorite paint scheme, especially when it's on a Ebon Jag. It just pops. So anyways, so I'm rocking 6 ATM-6s, which you probably already knew, and a pair of machine guns, and a heavy medium laser with laser AMS. What you didn't know is that for each machine gun, I'm running a ton of ammo, because this mech actually has really good cooling. I don't have a single heatsink on this thing other than what the mech comes with automatically, and yet I have a heat management of 1.36. I have a power of theoretically 68, which is actually quite a bit better than 68. And the reason I can come up with that logic is because the ATMs are rated at maximum range, whereas everything else is rated at optimum range. So these are rated at 12 damage each at maximum range, but optimum range they do 15. So that's 3 right there. So that's an additional 12 damage on top of the 68. So that's actually quite a bit better. So that puts us at 80. So I can do an alpha strike of 80 at close range, all the way down to 60 meters. And in this case, because I've got the quirks or the skills skilled out, it goes all the way out to 281. I just counted at 280. So all the way out to 280, I'm doing 60 damage every time I fire these. Now, the damage isn't to one spot on the mech like a ballistic would be, but it's spread out over the mech. But there's ways you can improve that, and we'll get that in the skills. I went with laser AMS because, quite frankly, I just didn't have to worry about it, honestly. Now, if you run regular AMS, you have to run ammo, and one of the bonuses of this is that your heat management goes way up. But that's assuming that this is being fully taxed, and it's rarely being fully taxed. So if I do this, I have to carry ammo for it. Now, the ammo doesn't explode, so if you're running it on a Interspare or a Clan Mech, the AMS ammo doesn't create ammo explosions, so that's kind of okay in that regard. I just run laser AMS because I don't have to think about how much ammo I got to carry, or losing the ammo or running out for that matter. It just isn't a thing that I think about. I just run the laser AMS, save myself the trouble. Next, I'm running lots and lots of ammo for my ATMs. I didn't run out in that match, and that's really a good thing. So I'm running 10 tons of ammo for 4 ATM-6s, which is excessive. It's extremely excessive. 10 tons at 276, that's 2,760 missiles that I'm firing. Is that right? No, that's if I was running LRMs. So this is 123. So 123, so that's 1,230 missiles. That's right. If we were running LRMs, it would have been the higher number. That's still a lot of ammo for 6 ATM 6s. You're thinking, oh, it's not. Well, if you run 2 ATM 9s and 2 ATM 6s, what you're going to run across is you're going to run out of ammo. That much I know for certain. And the reason I know that is because when I had 3 consecutive matches where I did that and ran out of ammo, or got close to it. I ran out of ammo twice and got close to running out on one of the matches, and I was being very frugal, and it showed in my damage. So I decided to go with all 4 ATM-6s. The nice thing is even in chain fire, they've got a really nice cooldown period. And like I said, the cooldown is your friend. So the mech is set at 4 for the ATM-6. But we're also getting a 0.6 cooldown on this. And how are we achieving that? Well, this is not a build you can actually buy. The Ebon-Prime is basically the center torso, the legs, and the head. And then I'm running the Prime left and right torsos. But then I'm running a Charlie arm and a Charlie arm over here. And that's what allows this build possible. So I've got my machine guns for doing a little bit of damage, and I've got my heavy medium for doing 10 damage when it can in closer ranges. And closer ranges in this case is 310, so it's about the same range as an SRM-6 that's skilled. But the ATMs are really where it's at because you get that massive range out of them. So the reason I went with so much ammo is because I just like to fire these in alpha strikes. Towards the end, I was getting really hot, and so I was chain firing them because I was firing my heavy laser to go along with it. So the speed on this is rated at 81. We know the firepower is 68, and it's also 80. So let's get on down to the skills. Your skills are absolutely one of the most important parts of making a mech possible for having really good matching. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm only running 3 armor in the rear, and it wasn't a problem in the last match. That's not how I ended up getting killed. I ended up getting killed because I was basically outnumbered. I was being shot at by 3 different mechs at the same time because most of my team was already dead anyways. So skills is really where you're going to be able to make your mech shine. Whatever build you come up with, even as dumb as it might be or as great as it might be, your skill tree is really got to make the difference. So I maxed out on range because I want my machine guns and my heavy laser to go as far as possible, and it doesn't hurt that my ATMs go as far out as possible. I went with 9 slots on my heat generation. I went with full velocity because I want everything to get there sooner, and mainly that's about your ballistics and your if PPC if you have that, or your missiles. Missile racks. I wanted more ammo. I wanted a tighter spread, which is going to make the difference between a short barrel shotgun and a long barrel shotgun. So if you've ever fired a long barrel shotgun, you know that you get a tighter grouping on target, even at larger range. And that's the same thing that goes here. Not to say that if you don't have this, you're going to have a really spread out like you're doing birdshot, but this makes a difference. And then the high explosive is just crit chance. It just improves your odds of doing more damage. And it's only 2 skill points, so why wouldn't you have it? Skeletal density, armor hardening, reinforced casing, as much armor as I could possibly pack on here, I did. And to keep that armor, in the event that I get too hot, I put 2 extra points into overheat damage, because you never know. I didn't put anything into the AMS because I needed this for other things. So that's the reason why I didn't go with that. I went with a cool run and heat containment, which basically just allows you to have a higher threshold of heat, essentially, is what it comes down to. Radar deprivation, absolutely a must. Sensor range is nice, but it wasn't a priority for me because I'm not running LRMs. Sensor range is really useful if you're supporting the rest of your team, and is also useful if you're running LRMs or Thunderbolts, because you can get that really good indirect fire that they have. Radar deprivation is the whole reason I picked all of these. 2 cool shots and a UAV. Go back. So yeah, this thing really works really well. I would suggest that if you're considering this build, if you're not used to the way that I fire it, you might consider setting it up so button 1 controls these 2 guys upstairs, and then button 2 controls maybe these guys here, and then putting your machine guns and your laser on either same button or different buttons. I just fire them all together because I typically expose most of my mech and when I get into this. I will say that if you decide to go with maybe like a pair of ATM 9s, you could put them up here, and then maybe ATM 3s or something, I don't know. Depends on your build. There's also another build for running this mech where you go with 2 energy weapons out on the arms, and then 1 energy weapon here, and then instead of having these, you go with 2 ATM 12s, and that works also really well. It's the same amount of firepower as this here as far as missiles go, but the upside of it is you're firing them all at the same time, and the downside is the cooldown is 5 seconds versus 4 seconds. So that's really the drawbacks. Anyway, I hope you like this, and I hope to see you on the battlefield.